welcome back to the channel. Got a new product here. The folks at Foxtheon sent to me. It is the iGo300 portable power station, and they were nice enough to send it out. We're going to do a review on it, go over everything, and let you know what we think about it. And again, that is Foxtheon iGo300. Alright guys, this is what it looks like. Got your power station, and the only other thing that comes with it is your power cord AC adapter. It does not come with a cigarette lighter charger or a MC4 charger, but you can charge it with both of those if you add those on, and I'll show you how you do that later in the video as far as using the cigarette lighter charger and the MC4 adapters, because it does have a 5521 input for all three, and it also has power delivery charging as well. Now, this is one of the smallest and lightest power stations on the market. It only weighs 6.6 pounds, which is about 3 kilograms. So anybody can lug this thing around. The wife, the kids. It's very lightweight. I mean, and it has a nice handle on the top. It's kind of spring loaded, and it's actually feels like aluminum on the top, and the case is ABS plastic, and it has a nice LCD screen. Doesn't give you all the information, but it gives you all the information that you need as far as being able to tell what you're charging. You're either going to get the input or the output, whichever's highest. So but it does give you a time to charge or a time to empty and a battery percentage. So let's see if we can't just turn it on and show that to you. So you got your battery gauge, which gives you the, right now it's at 21%. At 12 hours is how long it would last, and right now it's showing output, and we'll show that to you too later on. It does have several ports on it. Let's go over those. We got a 12 to 25 volt input, which is MPPT for your charge controller for your AC, your cigarette lighter, or your MC4s. So it's a 5521, and again, like I say, it only comes with the AC charger, so you'd have to pick up a cigarette lighter port adapter and a 5521 to MC4. It has a 12 volt output, that's 5521, and here's your power delivery, and it is output 65, input 60. You can dual charge from the power delivery and the DC input, so you can get this thing 120 watts into it, and it's a 296 watt hour lithium ion battery, so you can charge this thing pretty quick by using both those ports. It also has another USB 15 watt and a USB A that's 15 watts, and it does have a quick charge 3.0. 2 AC outlets, cigarette lighter port, does have a light, and it's a very quiet light, if I can say that. It's just right there, so it's more like a flashlight, but it is very soft, and it has 3 modes: high, low, and then your SOS, and then you just hold it to turn it off. And to turn it on or off, you hold either the AC, and it'll highlight whether it's AC or DC down here, so we'll hold the DC, and then it comes on. We hold the AC and it comes on, and that's the only thing, is to turn it on or off. You got to hold each one till they go off, and then the screen will stay on for a little bit after that, and then it'll go off. Like I said, talk about it, made of ABS plastic. It does have a BMS that protects it against high temperature, low temperature, over discharge, overcharge, overload, and short circuit protection. So it does have a built-in BMS, and it's a very nice unit. I didn't know what I was going to get. Sometimes when you do these reviews and companies send you power stations, sometimes you don't know what you're going to get. And so far, I've been pretty lucky with the ones that I've got. The ones that I've reviewed are still in use with me today. So, and I think this one will be too, because one of the best things about it is the lightweight. Is it the fanciest and high tech that's out there on the market today? No, but this one will just work. It's going to do everything that you need it to do. It's going to do up to 300 watts on a pure sine wave inverter. It's got all your DC ports that you're going to need, and you can dual charge, so you can charge this thing pretty quick. And we'll show you all the charging later on, but we'll plug some stuff into it now. And all right, guys, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things we're going to plug into it. I'm holding this one out because this is the easy longer. We're going to try to charge it, and we don't know which one's going to take priority, so we're going to go ahead and turn our AC on. We're going to charge a DeWalt battery. We're going to run a fan. Got a Bose speaker, a iPad, and let's see what we're pulling with that. So we're going to turn our DC on. Okay, we already jumped up to 15 watts. Charging those two things. We're going to turn our AC on. Now our charger has kicked on, and this little tag is right in the way. We're up to 124 watts. We're going to turn our fan on. Apologize for the noise. Now we're up to 188, and let's see what happens when we plug Easy Longer in. Alright, it's outputting, and I'm going to walk around here to the camera and just try to show you 232 watts, and this would run about 12 minutes right now because our battery's at 20%. So we're almost maxing this out, and if I can find something else to plug into it, I will, but to see if we can't get closer to that 300. So it's doing pretty good. 232 watts. The fan is not even on. So this is a little powerhouse for what it is. 300 watt inverter, 296 watt hour lithium ion battery, and this is a great little power station for camping, just for charging your devices, running fans, charging tool batteries. That's what this one would be used for. So it's doing a great job. Again, the fan is not even kicked on. And we'll see if we can't find something else to get plugged into it to get those watts up a little bit more. I couldn't find anything here real quick to get it up any farther, but again, we're pulling 232 watts with no problem. And what we're going to do is like I say, we're going to do a DC capacity test, an AC capacity test, and then we're also going to show you all the ways to charge it. So stay tuned. Okay, we're going to do a capacity test on the iGo300. We are going to turn it on. There it goes, already at 157 watts, but it looks like this output's putting out 15.7 volts at 10 amps. And we will let this run and see what we get. Okay, it stopped at 272.81 watt hours. Now I did notice when I started I had 1.32 watt hours hooking it up when I was testing it with the Jackery. So we're going to take that off the 272, and that's going to leave 271.49, and it's a 296 watt hour battery. Very impressive, 0.917% on the DC capacity test. I think that's the best I've ever seen out of any power station I've tested. Very impressive. Okay, we're going to do our AC capacity test. So we're going to turn our AC on. Pulling 0.13 watts right now, just going to be running a fan. We want to make sure we're zeroed out on the kilowatt hours. See, we're getting 59 hertz, 113 volts, 28 milliamps, 0.14 watts. No kilowatt hours there. Okay, so we're going to set it on watts, and I will turn the fan on. see we're pulling about 64 watts, almost 65, and it says it'll run for about 3 hours, and we'll see how the capacity is. Alright, we completed the AC capacity test on the Foxtheon iGo300, and we got 250 plus watt hours. We're just going to call it 250, and that's a little over 84%. So that is about average with most power stations. So the DC was 91 plus, this one's 84 plus, so very good capacity on both the AC and DC. Alright, just wanted to show you the solar charging on the Foxtheon iGo300. It'll take 60 watts from solar. We were getting 59 there, as you can see. Sun's went behind a cloud, but you can max it out with a 100 watt panel. See, it's climbing back up now. But it will take a full 60 watts from a 100 watt panel. Now, Foxtheon sent me this little 14 watt panel as well, and we're getting about 9 watts on it, and it's just a little small 14 watt panel. You can hook it into the USB, and this isn't ideal conditions, but when the sun comes out, we've got as high as 10 watts on it. And if you're backpacking or whatever, this thing's so light you could throw it in a backpack and have this solar panel out, and it could be charging while you're hiking or whatever. But it's a nice little panel, but again, it's a 14 watt panel, and I've gotten as high as 10. See, we're getting a little bit of sun here. Let's see, getting 6, 7, 8. There's 10. It hit 10 again, but came right back off of it. Okay, I just wanted to show you we are maxing out the solar right now, getting 59 watts in on a 100 watt panel. So when you have good sun, you're going to easily max this thing out, and we're at 91%, and it says it'll take 31 minutes to top it off. So, and I'll show you another way here that you can squeeze a few more watts out. Now I want to show you a way you can get a few more watts by using both those panels. See, we had hit 67 there, so we're using the little 14 watt panel in the USB, and then the 100 watt panel, which is maxed out right now at 60, so we're getting a few more watts in by using the USB port. Now if you have a panel that has a say 45 watt power delivery on a solar panel, you could plug that in, and you could get probably around 100 watts into this thing from solar. So right now I'm eking out about 7-8 more watts just by using this 14 watt Foxtheon panel that they sent with the power station. Alright, I want to show you the AC charging. We're sitting at 3% battery. It's going to take 5 hours at 59 watts to get this back up to 100%. So that's the AC charging using the provided AC adapter, and it will take 5 hours at 5960 watts. I want to show you also one of the other ways that you can charge, and that's through the USB-A port. The USB-A port will take in 60 watts, as you can see there, and at 3% and 5 hours it will get this thing charged back to 100% in 5 hours at 60 watts from the USB-A port. Alright, another way you can charge is through a cigarette lighter adapter, and we're charging right now again at the same 59 watts. It will take 5 hours to fully charge it, and we just have it plugged into a 12 volt cigarette lighter adapter like you would find in your automobile, and that would get you to 100% in 5 hours. I am going to show you dual charging. You can combine the cigarette lighter adapter with the USB-C, and it'll take in 92 watts and take 3 hours. And then I'll show you one other way that you can dual charge and get it charged even quicker. The other way to dual charge is with the AC adapter. Get 60 watts in from there using the provided AC adapter. Then you take and plug in the 60 watt USB-A port, and you can see you can get 119 watts in and it will only take 2 hours to charge this unit. So you can fast charge using the AC adapter and the USB-C power delivery input port. So that is a quick way to get it charged. Okay guys, that was the Foxtheon iGo300. Let's have some closing thoughts on it. Leave in the comments down below what you think about it. I don't have pricing or link just yet, and as soon as the company gives that to me, I'll put it down in the description below, so you can check that out. Just stay tuned and just keep checking the video periodically and see if the pricing and the any links to where you can get it. I think they're going to be selling it on Amazon, so it's going to be coming out there. You might be able to get it from their website too, so as soon as I get that information, I will put it down in the description below. Nice little unit. Like I say, this one just works. You're not going to get all the bells and whistles of some of these new fancier models. There's no Bluetooth or, you know, no UPS features, anything like that. It just does its job. If you need to run 300 watts of AC, it's going to do it. If you need to run a portable refrigerator, and that's one thing that I didn't talk about in the opening, is that's not going to shut off on you. It's going to stay on. I hooked the portable refrigerator up to it and it worked fine with no issues whatsoever. It did not kick off. It's got all the DC ports you want, and you can fast charge with the PD and the DC input. Again, that's a very important way to get this thing charged, because you can get 120 watts, as you saw, into it and charge this thing up pretty quick. And like I say, the only other negative I would say is that I wish it would have came with the cigarette lighter ports and the MC4 connectors. I just happen to have some because I have a GoLabs 300. I have a Sateki that has those 5521s, so I didn't have to purchase any because I already had them. But if this is your first power station, then yeah, that's something that you would have to add. And like I say, I wish the company would include those with it, because this is a portable power station that can be charged by solar, can be charged by cigarette lighter port. So it'd be nice to have those items included with it. Again, tell me what you think about it. Again, it's the Foxtheon iGo300. Nice little unit. I like it. Like I say, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it has everything you need. Tell me what you think about it. Like and subscribe to the video. Leave comments. It does help with our YouTube algorithms to get this video out there to more people. If you like what we're doing, again, like, subscribe, and share. You know, our channel is growing a little bit, and we want to try to keep it, you know, that forward momentum going. So I appreciate all your viewership, and have a blessed day.